Hello everybody, AJ Ryzik here, and today we're going to take a look at my favorite distros from 2016. 2017 is here now, and it kind of gave me a chance to look back, say, hey, what did I really like, what didn't I like, what were my favorites, that sort of thing. I'm not going to call these the best distros because what one person really likes, another may not. A lot of it comes down to personal preference, that sort of thing. So I'm just saying that these were my favorites. I have a number one favorite. I'm not giving the others like a number two, number three, and so on. I'm just going to call the others the runners up. So we got three runners up and then my favorite. And the reason I'm not going to pick and choose an order on the runners up is because all of them are really good distributions. You're not going to go wrong with any of them. They all kind of got their strengths and their weaknesses, that sort of thing. And it was hard to make that call on, well, what's second, what's third, what's fourth, that sort of thing. So anyway, let's start taking a look at the runners up, and we'll finish up with the my favorite. By the way, before going further, I'm just going to tell you, I'm not going to do a full review of every one of these. I'll just talk about each of them for a minute or so, and then down below in the description I will leave links to all of my reviews of these distros. So if it's something that interests you, you can go back, take a look at that full review, and go from there. Anyway, first on my list, let me get my notes here. First on my list is Solid XK. Now, if you're not familiar with this one, it's a Debian-based distro, and it is available with both a KDE desktop or the XFCE desktop. Now, I will start out by telling you, if you are looking for the latest packages, do not look at this distro. Because most of the packages, some may call them old, probably well tested is the better way to describe it. Everything in this distribution has been very well tested. So you are not going to see the latest packages. In fact, the KDE version, you're still looking at KDE 4 rather than KDE 5. So from that standpoint, you may think of it as lagging behind. On the other hand, this is probably the most stable distro that you are going to find. Everything is going to work out of the box. Everything works great. There is plenty of software available in the repositories. I mean, pretty much the only thing that you could really have against it is if you are wanting the latest packages. Though, for somebody, if you're setting this up for that family member that they just want to sit down at their laptop or their desktop and just go with it, this is going to be a great distribution. Or, alternatively, if you're setting this up for multiple PCs in a business, that sort of thing, you're not necessarily going to want the latest software, because what you're after is stability. You want something that is well tested. You don't want to have issues when you're trying to run a business. You got enough things to worry about. So in that kind of case, this is a great distro to go with. So moving on, after that one, next one we're going to look at is Zorn OS 12. Now, Zorn OS, they've got both a core version and then also a ultimate version. The ultimate version got a few extra features thrown in, but you do have to pay for it. I tested the core version. It is based on Ubuntu 16.04. Zorn has traditionally been based on the Ubuntu distributions, usually on the LTS versions. This one's on 16.04, and something new is that they have switched over to Gnome Shell, but they've added a whole bunch of custom extensions that kind of give Zorn its own feel and flavor. It is definitely something to check out. And really, when you start working with this, uh, probably you won't recognize that you are working with Gnome Shell, and it's very intuitive to use. It's got its own look. I really like the look. Some people may not be too thrilled with it, but really unique look. Got a few unique features thrown in there, and you get some real good support from the Zorn team as well. You have that Ubuntu 16.04 base, so you've got access to all of the Ubuntu software, and there's plenty of third-party software out there where they have a Ubuntu version that you can download and install. So lots and lots of software. So good distribution there. My third runner-up is Peppermint OS. Now, Peppermint OS, it's been a long time favorite of mine. Once again, Ubuntu 16.04 base, and whereas a lot of distributions they'll be, they use the Mate desktop, they use the Gnome Shell desktop. In the case of Peppermint, it's kind of unique in that we've got little bits and pieces thrown in from all kinds of desktop environments. And I essentially, the way I kind of feel about it, they essentially went through all the desktops out there and pulled little bits and pieces of what they really like from all these different places and came up with a really unique distribution. Lots of nice features there. Once again, based on Ubuntu 16.04, so you got access to all that Ubuntu software, that sort of thing. Again, very lightweight. There's little bits from OpenBox, from LXDE, file manager. They're using the file manager from Linux Mint Cinnamon. Nemo, if you're familiar with the names of the different file managers. Really nice distribution, and once again, very lightweight, so it's easy on the resources. And so those are my runners up, and we get to our not our, but my favorite distro of the year, and it is the one that is currently rocking my desktop and my laptop, and it is Soulless. Soulless project. It's been going for a while now, and just the amount of improvements and added features that we've seen over the past year, it's just been phenomenal. And for me myself, I've gotten to the point where I can't see a reason to run another distro, at least in my personal, for my personal needs. Now, it is desktop centric, meaning that you're going to put this on your desktop, you're going to put this on your laptop, whichever, and use it for doing your word processing, your video editing, whatever. It is not meant to be a server. So if you're looking for a distribution to use, for your home server, that sort of thing, this isn't it. This is for desktop use. But as far as desktops go, I'm really liking what I'm seeing. A lot of the packages have been optimized. The development team, they are really into making this the best distro that they possibly can. Apps have been I wouldn't say modified, but optimized. Drivers for things like your graphics card, they have been optimized. I mean, I just can't go on with all the stuff that I really like about this distro. The they've created their own desktop environment, Budgie, which is very intuitive. It is very user friendly. However, in the past year, we've seen that they have added other desktop environments that you can use, or both desktop environments and window managers. There's a variety of different window managers you can set up. You can also run the Mate desktop environment. You can run Gnome Shell. Actually, Gnome Shell is what I am running on my desktop right now. Really loving it. Runs great on it. Having said all that, though, Budgie is, like I said, it's very intuitive, very easy to use, and much lighter than the Gnome shell that I'm running on my desktop right now. Performance wise, I mean, I did take a little bit of a hit switching over to the Gnome shell, and by that I don't mean that things aren't running as well, or that it's just that when you go and open an app and different things like that, it's not as lightning fast as with the Budgie desktop. It's not slow by any means, but it's just barely enough that you notice it. Or maybe it's just me, I don't know. But um, uh, I'm really liking the direction that the distro is going. It's very user friendly. It is very user centric. They're really focused on what users want. So definitely check out Soulless if you haven't given it a try. So, having not said all that, that about finishes this video up. I hope that you found it useful. I've got some more videos that'll be coming out this week, so definitely check those out. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, and I hope to see you all on my next video. Thanks a lot.